Shortstop for the Pioneers, number 22, Sean Maple.
Good afternoon, baseball fans, and welcome back to Pilot Field for the final day in the Shreveport bracket. The If Necessary championship game is underway. Sean Maple laces this one towards shortstop. Gibson up with it, fires it across to Vega for out number 1. Bringing up Bryson Sherwood.
Now batting number 10, Bryson Sherwood.
Beautiful, partly cloudy day here in Louisiana. Not quite as hot as it was on Monday, but we are beyond grateful for that. Sherwood at the plate, 3-0-1, knocks this one towards right field. Will get a base hit out of it, as that brings up number 27, Javier Melendez. Chase Guitro getting the start on the mound for the Pilots. Christian Webb not able to field that one. And that will bring up Noah Castillo.
Now batting number 25, Noah Castillo.
Pioneers getting 2 on early here in the first. Chase Guitro on the mound for the Pilots. This one is hit towards shortstop. Gibson up with it, and he will get Castillo for out number 2, as the Pioneers have 2 runners in scoring position.
Now batting number 16, Deonathan Cornett.
Pilots and Pioneers have faced off twice so far in this opening round. Mid-America taking the win 6-4 Monday evening. The Pilots winning 14-6 yesterday. Guitro delivering strike 1, as that one's fouled off by Cornett. Coming into this game, 2.30 ERA for Guitro. 24 appearances, just his 3rd start, has 2 saves on the season. Webb trying to frame that one up nicely. However, home plate umpire not having it, so it will be a 1-1 count. Sherwood and Melendez on the bases, as this one is popped up. Trevor Burkhart coming in under it, and he will get a hold of that for out number 3, as the Pilots will head to the plate. Stick around, baseball fans. We'll be right back. Trevor Burkhart leading off for the Pilots, squaring off against number 12, Zach Trevino. Trevino coming into this game, 3.79 ERA. Gets ball 1 to Burkhart. Trevino leading the team in innings pitched by quite a few, 97.1 innings pitched coming into this game. Picks up strike 1. Has 95 strikeouts. Tied with teammate Frieders. Burkhart fouls this one back, 1-2 on the count. Burkhart in the game yesterday, 1 for 3, had a walk, was left on base twice. Was 1 for 4 in the first game against the Pioneers. Trevino got the start on the mound against the Pilots. The first time they squared off, pitched 7 innings, giving up just 6 hits and 2 runs, had 6 strikeouts in that game. Full count now to Burkhart. With that, Burkhart will head back to the dugout as he is frozen by that pitch, and that'll bring up number 3, Josh Gibson.
Now batting for the Pilots, number 3, Josh Gibson.
Gibson at the plate now for the Pilots. 2 for 4 yesterday, 3 runs and a walk. As he gets strike 1 from Trevino. Gibson hacks this one off towards third. Melendez up to it across to Castillo. That'll go down as out number 2, bringing up Ryan Major.
Now batting for the Pilots, number 18, Ryan Major.
Trevino delivers strike 1 to Major. Definitely going to be a tough battle today between these two teams. This one fouled off to the right-hand side. Castillo not able to see it into the glove. It'll drop just in front of his dugout. Major lives to see another pitch at the plate. This one chopped back towards Trevino. He's up with it, fires it over. And that will end the inning for the Pilots. We'll be right back to action, baseball fans. Stick around. Joshua Martinez leading off for the Pioneers in the top of the second inning. As Guitro delivers strike 1, Martinez in yesterday's game, 0 for 3, had a singular walk. Was left on once. This one fouled back. Guitro ahead early, 0-2 on the count. Into the game, Martinez a .239 hitter, 19 runs and 17 RBIs. As he swings on that one inside for out number 1. That'll bring up number 1, Drew Woodley. Woodley takes a first pitch swing as Gibson comes up with it across to Vega for out number 2. That'll bring Joey Calamayo to the plate.
Now batting for the Pioneers, number 2, Joey Calamayo.
Calamayo in his first plate appearance today, a .318 hitter for the Pioneers. Fouls off the first pitch from Guidreau. Calamayo sends this one off to short. Gibson up with it, fires it over. A little bit of a trip looked like from Calamayo trying to get there. That will go down as out number 3, and the Pilots will head back to the plate. Stick around, baseball fans. We'll be right back. Vega lifts this one high into center field. Woodley under it, comes down with it for out number 1. And that's going to bring up Vantrell Reed.
Now batting for the Pilots, number 4, Vantrell Reed.
Reed cracks this one back up the middle, but Cornett gets across for it for out number 2, and that's going to bring up A.J. Fritz.
Now batting number 9, A.J.
A.J. Fritz at the plate for the Pilots. That one coming in very far inside. Gets ball 1. Fritz was willing to wear that one. Fritz 4 for 5 yesterday. 2 runs, 5 RBIs. Two 2-0 on the count. 3-0 now. Three and 1 on the count to Fritz now. Fritz picking up strike number 2. And Fritz goes down on strikes for out number 3. Stick around, baseball fans. We'll be right back. Guitro delivering strike 1 to Hinojos in the top of this 3rd inning. Back out for his 3rd inning of work. Hinojos at the plate for the first time. Swings through for strike 2. Oddly enough, You think I would have heard Hinojos' walk-up song enough this weekend and thought of this sooner, but it reminds me, oddly, of one of our old players from last year, Mr. Kachu. I know it's a different song, but it has the same sound to it. Hinojos going down on strikes for out number 1. Guitro misses that one way wide. Webb not able to get his glove there. That'll be ball 1. Maple grounded out back in the first. In yesterday's game was 0 for 4 with 1 run, RBI, and a walk. He struck out twice. As that one catches Maple on the arm, he will head on down to first, and that'll bring up Bryson Sherwood.
Now batting number 10, Bryson Sherwood.
Sherwood 1 for 3 in yesterday's game. Was also the one to lace off a 3-run home run to try and put Pioneers back in the game in that 6-run inning they had. 6 runs in the 6th as this one popped off to the left side. It's going to get out of play. Ryan Major following it over, however. 0-2 on the count. This one sent high towards right field. Pinheiro under it at the warning track. He gets a hold of it. There was no tag. So Maple will send himself back to first. That'll bring up number 27, Javier Melendez.
Now batting number 27, Javier Melendez.
This one's sent into center field. Burkhart dropping off towards the warning track. It's off the tip of his glove as he fires this one in. Melendez will pick up the RBI. And that'll bring up number 25, Noah Castillo.
Now batting number 25, Noah Castillo.
Castillo pops this one off to the right side. Carlos Pinheiro under it as he brings it down for out number 3. We'll be right back to action, baseball fans. Stick around. Christian Webb leading off for the Pilots in the bottom of the 3rd. Takes strike 1 from Trevino. Pilots have yet to put a hit on the board. Need to get the bats going, get a hold of a ball here. As Webb swings hard through for strike 2. Beautiful 78 degrees out here in Shreveport. Have the potential to get up to 84. As Webb fouls that one off. Webb pops this one high into center field. Woodley getting under it. He'll come down with it. For out number 1, and that's going to bring up number 21, Eric Warden.
Now batting for the Pilots, number 21, Eric Warden.
It is championship day all across the NAIA. Warden getting strike 1 from Trevino. That one is fouled off. Few teams already with their ticket punched to Lewiston. Lewis Clark Stake pulled it out. Taylor, Bellevue, and Indiana Wesleyan all so far headed to Lewiston. Warden pulls this one far to the right side at the warning track. It's going to go over the head of Calamayo. And Warden is going to hold up at second base as he puts himself in a scoring position for Carlos Pinheiro.
Now batting for the Pilots, number 28, Carlos Pinheiro.
With that, the Pilots with a hit on the board. That one curves in 78 for strike 1. Seems to be a pitch that multiple Pilot hitters have seen come in for a strike so far today. As Pinheiro fouls that one back for strike 2. Trevor Burkhart on deck. Josh Gibson behind him. Just one out here at Pilot Field. Pinheiro chopping this one towards Melendez at third. And it's going to be overthrown. Pinheiro on the run will get second. Warden will be awarded home. And the Pilots tie the game up at 1.
Now batting for the Pilots, number 1, Trevor Burkhardt.
Trevor Burkhardt at the plate for the Pilots now. Melendez way overshot Castillo at first, even with some good little hops from Castillo. Still not able to get a hold of it as Burkhardt gets ball 1 from Trevino. Two 2-0 to Burkhardt now, trying to get a little redemption for his at-bat in the first. Pinheiro headed back into second. Trevino almost overthrew Cornett there. We've seen Cornett make a few very, very good plays so far this week. So if that had gone through, Trevino's lucky it was Cornett and not anybody else, because that could have gone into center field there. Burkhardt popping this one high into right center. Pinheiro tags and goes as he slides into third. Burkhardt out number 2 of the inning, and that'll bring up Gibson.
Now batting for the Pilots, number 3, Josh Gibson.
Gibson gets strike 1 from Trevino. Pinheiro just 90 feet away from home. Ryan Major on deck. Miguel Vega behind him as Gibson swings hard for strike 2. Trevino shaking off the first pitch, sets for the second, and gets Gibson to swing for out number 3. We'll be right back for the top of the 4th. Stick around. And I'm sitting here talking to myself, apparently. Deonathan Cornett leading off for the Pioneers here in the top of the 4th. I'm going to just say everything that I just said. Chase Guidreau out for his 4th inning of work. 1-1 to Cornett. See a couple of bodies heading down to the Pilot bullpen to start warming up. This one back up the middle from Cornett. Burkhardt coming in for it. That'll be a base knock. Martinez struck out in the second on 3 straight. Pops this one high towards right field. Pinheiro getting under it. He's going to get a hold of it, sending Cornett back to the bag. play enough that I could tell you exactly where each player was going to be on the field. Me and Haley were actually running through that this morning. Took a wild guess at it, and lo and behold, we were correct. Maybe not the starting pitcher. We had everybody else correct. Not the starting pitcher, though. Woodley trying to lay down a bunt, fouls that one back. As he does with strike two, 0-2 on the count. This one chopped back up the middle. Guitro tried to get a hand on it. Fritz was coming in behind him. That'll bring up number 2, Joey Calamayo.
Now batting for the Pioneers, number 2, Joey Calamayo.
One to 0 on the count to Calamayo. Good pitch from Guitro. It's funny, it's really interesting watching all of these batters and noticing each individual one has their own kind of little quirks, little things that they do. Hunter Robinson from McPherson had probably one of the lowest batting stances I've ever seen, one of the lowest and widest. Calamayo bats similar to Ryan Major from the Pilots. They both kind of stand straight up. It's like it's weird. For me to see like a batter stand straight up, I feel like you should have like a little bit of bend to your body somehow. It's just a very upright stance. Calamayo pops this one into center field. Burkhart coming in for it is able to get under it. Hinojosa fouls off the first pitch from Guitro. Looked like a very good pitch. The Pilots dugout not happy with that call. Looked to me like it came right across the letters of Hinojosa's jersey. 2-1 on the count, 2 outs. Three and one now. This one's skied toward left center. Major calling it off, and he'll get under it for out number 3. The Pilots will head back to the plate. Stick around, baseball fans. We'll be right back.
At the end of the top of the fourth for the Pioneers, no run.
Major pulls this one to the right side, but Sherwood comes up with it as a quick out. That'll bring up number 13, Miguel Vega.
Now batting number 13, Miguel Vega.
Why we can't get that same pitch?
Vega getting strike 1 from Trevino. That one comes off the plate.
Right here, right here.
That one just a bit inside. 2-0 on the count to Vega. Vega 0 for 3 yesterday, but had 3 walks and a single strikeout. Scored 2 runs, sends this one long into left field. And it is out of here as Vega hits a Pilots home run to give them the lead.
And that's a Pilots home run from number 13, Miguel Vega. Baseball fans, let's see those hands. Who wants a t-shirt? Now batting for the Pilots, number 4, Vantrell Reed.
Right here.
Vantrell fouling off that first pitch. Pilots with their first lead of the game. A well-hit shot from Miguel Vega. Reed swinging through for strike 2.
Hey, you can't throw it by you.
This one headed for the right-hand side. Cornett getting across, however. And a good stretch from Castillo to get the out. That'll bring up A.J. Fritz.
Now batting number 9, AJ Fritz.
I feel like it's just too short. Fritz is just so short. I feel like if his name was longer, like his first name was longer, Like Ryan Major makes sense. Christian Webb makes sense. AJ Fritz. It's just too short. 2-0 on the count to Fritz.
Right here.
As Fritz sends this one off to the left-hand side, it's going to pull foul. Good piece of hitting, just foul. Two and one on the count to Fritz. Was the third out back in the second inning.
Right here, Fitz. Right here. Right here. There you go.
As he takes that one like a champ in the back. That's going to bring up Christian Webb.
Now batting number 7, Christian Webb.
See what I mean? I can pull out Webb's name. I can draw Webb's name out, and it works. There's just no way to draw out Fritz's name. AJ Fritz. That's about as good as it's going to
Right
get.
here, Webb. Right here, Webb.
It's just short.
Right here.
Not to say it's not a good name.
There you go.
It's
Good
just
eye.
short. Webb looked like he almost took that one off the knob of the bat. 2 outs, a runner on first. Webb up at the plate. This one chopped just in front of the plate, and it is going to be skied over the top of Castillo. Webb rounds third, but they'll both stay. As it gets past, Fritz is going to get home,
Go, 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 go. Get there, Webb.
and Webb will get third.
That ball is right there. Good call, Blue. Attaboy. That ball is. The ball did not touch him. Hey, golly, Blue. Interference? That ain't interference. No way. It's not interference. That's the ball. 'Cause he running down the line. The ball way out there. He go get the ball and throw it there. Interference running down the line. Come on, man. Hey, that's bad, that Blue. That's bad. There's no way you get.
Now on the mound for the Pilots, number 20. Leading off for the Pioneers, number 22, Sean Maple.
Now batting for the Pioneers, number 10, Bryson Sherwood.
Oh, shut up.
Go to work. Here we go. Good ball, 10.
I ain't waiting for a crick in the neck. Boy, Bryson. Boy. Boy, kid. Fun out there, Javi. Here we go, kid. I see you,
Steal.
Come on, 2-5. Attaboy, hustle down. Here we go.
Now batting number 16, Jonathan Fournette. Now batting for the Pioneers, number 29, Bryson Hamilton.
Everybody know the call but you.
Oh my God. He knew he was out too. Oh my God. It's okay. Wow.
Come on, kid.
Wow, wow, wow. Oh yeah.
Leading off for the Pilots, the bottom of the fifth, number 21, Eric Warden.
First pitch.
2-2 on the count to Eric Warden. 2-2 for each team as well. Pioneers added another run in the top of the fifth as Warden fouls that one back. Very tight game here in the Shreveport bracket. Three and two. Warden battling hard to stay alive at the plate, fouls that one back. His fourth foul of this at bat. With that, Warden will walk on down the line for the first runner on for the Pilots, bringing up Carlos Pinheiro.
Now batting number 28, Carlos Pinheiro.
Pinheiro reached on an error back in the fifth and was left on third.
Right here, Carlos. Right here, baby. Let's go right here.
Fouls off the bunt. Warden sliding, trying to get back towards first. I think if Hinojos had thrown that down, he would have had him. As Pinheiro lays this one down, we'll get the sack as he advances Warden to second. That'll take us back to the top of the order with Trevor Burkhart.
Now batting for the Pilots, number 1, Trevor Burkhart.
Burkhart coming into this game, a .340 hitter, 70 for 206, 61 runs. Is an absolute menace when he gets on base. First pitch coming low inside for ball one. A little bit of action going on down in Pioneer bullpen. Burkhart pulling this one back towards the middle. It'll go down as a 6-3, but he advances Warden once more. That'll bring up Josh Gibson.
Now batting number 3, Josh Gibson.
Gibson fouls that one back, 1-2 on the count. Two and two. 2 outs. There's a lot of twos going on the board. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, and each team has 2 runs. So many twos. That one off the side of the plate. I think Hinojos is begging Warden to try and come home. The count runs full for Gibson in his 3rd at-bat. So with that, Gibson will head on down the bases. Runners at the corners for the Pilots. That's going to bring up number 18, Ryan Major.
Now batting for the Pilots, number 18, Ryan Major.
Right here, Major. Right here, Major. Let's go.
Major sends this one through the middle. He'll get the RBI. Gibson's going to slide into 3rd, and again, runners are at the corners. Major has given the Pilots the lead once again.
Now batting for the Pilots, number 13, Miguel Vega.
Trevino delivers strike 1 to Vega. So far in this game, Trevino with 3 strikeouts, 2 swinging and a looking.
Right here, Miggy. Right here, baby. Right here, Miggy.
And Major is going to get the stolen base. And with the balk, Gibby will get to come on in. A good stolen bag from Major. And Gibby's going to get the balk to come in. I don't think I've ever seen that happen. I don't think I've ever seen a pitcher just not move. He just let him go. He just let him run. Major now at second. Major said, I'm going to take it. He's not looking. I'm just going. As Vega finds the right side, Major, the player we want at the plate, on the bases, he's going to slide in. A good piece of hitting again from Miguel Vega. And that's going to bring up Vantrell Reed. Major doing a little skip on back to the dugout.
Now batting number 4, Vantrell Reed.
Vantrell trying to pull this one through. Not quite enough. That will go down as out number 3. So we'll be right back to action, baseball fans. Stick around. Drew Woodley leading off for the Pioneers in the top of the 6th. Gage Bim on the mound for the Pilots. Sends ball 1 into Woodley. Bim, a 1.38 ERA coming into this game. 3 wins, 1 loss, 24 appearances. This is 25th. 2 saves and 39 innings pitched. Started back in the last inning. Behind 2-0 on the count to Woodley. Woodley 1 for 2 with a single and a ground out. Good pitch from Bim.
Now batting for the Pioneers, number 2, Joey Calamayo.
Bobby Vath now on the mound for the Pilots, taking over from Gage Bim. Delivers ball 1 to Joey Calamayo.
He's going to get behind in the count for sure.
Vath coming out of the bullpen just for the second time this season. Sends that one in at 89 for strike 1. This one pulled to the left-hand side. Major chasing after it. Off the fence. That'll be a two-base knock for Calamayo.
Now batting number 24, Joshua Inojo.
I need that. Stop talking.
right, but he didn't tag the bag.
Now batting for the Pioneers. Batting number 25, Noah Castillo.
Tengo un bajo cuarto que no se me quita. Tengo un bajo cuarto que no se me quita.
Come on, bro.
At the end of the top of the sixth for the Pioneers, 2 runs, 2 hits, no errors.
Nice.
Right here, Fred.
Too much air.
Now batting for the Pilots, number 7, Christian Webb. Eric Warden at the plate now for the Pilots. 2 outs in the bottom of the 6th. Warden fouls off the pitch from Frieders. 0-2 on the count. As Warden goes down swinging, Pioneers will head back to the plate. Stick around, baseball fans. We'll be right back. Jonathan Cornett leading off for the Pioneers in the top of the 7th. So far, 1 for 3 in today's contest. So he gets ball 1 from Ryan Sturgeon. One and one on the count now. Sturgeon almost getting Cornett to swing on that high pitch. Cornett pulling it back just enough. This one gets pulled foul to the left side. Full count, 3-2. Cornett staying alive, fouling that one back off to the right-hand side. And with that, Cornett will take his base, bringing up Joshua Martinez. Just kidding. Bryson Hamilton. Now batting number 29, Bryson Hamilton. Hamilton pops this one up to short. Sounded like it came off the hands. So it'll go down as out number 1, bringing up Drew Woodley.
Now batting number 1, Drew Woodley.
Two 2-0 on the count to Woodley, and Coach Neffendorf will step on out to the mound. Drew Woodley back in the box. One out, runner on first. This one comes inside, 3-0 on the count to Woodley. Sturgeon converting that one. Woodley did not think that pitch was for a strike. And he will take his base as he is hit by the pitch. Two runners on now for Pioneers. That is going to bring up Joey Calamayo.
Now batting number 2, Joey Calamayo.
Coach Neffendorf coming back out once again. We will see a quick pitching change. We'll be right back. Baseball fans, stick around. One out, 2 runners on. Ryan Eisler on the mound now. Drops in strike 1 at 90 miles an hour. Joey Kilamayo at the plate. Eisler gets Kilamayo to swing through for strike 2. And Kilamayo goes down swinging for out number 2, bringing up Joshua Hinojos. Just kidding. Vogel will be batting.
Now batting number 4, Frank Vogel.
Two and one on the count to Vogel. Vogel pinch hitting for catcher Joshua Hinojos. 2 outs on the board. 2 runners on. This one popped high into center field. Burkhart coming in for it. Not able to get a hold of it as he dives. That'll put a runner on and score a run, tying the game again at 5.
Sean Maples.
5 and 5 runners at the corners for the Pioneers. Vogel going for the stolen base. 2 runners in scoring position now as Maple gets strike 1 from Eisler. Eisler collecting strike 2. One and 2 on the count. You can hear the crowd getting A little bit rowdy here at Pilot Field. Not quite happy with some of the calls the home plate umpire has been making today. That one fouled off by Maple. And with that, Eisler gets Maple swinging, keeping the game tied at 5. We'll be right back, baseball fans. Stick around.
At the end of the top of the seventh for the Pioneers, 1 run, 1 hit, no errors, and 2 left on. The game is all tied up at 5.
Carlos Pinheiro at the plate for the Pilots to lead off the bottom of the 7th. Gets strike 1 from Frieders. Pops this one off to the right-hand side. It will drop for strike 2. Coming in high, 1-2 on the count now. Pilots need to get their bats going as it sits 5-5. With that, Pinheiro will head on down to first. That'll bring up number 1, Trevor Burkhart, back at the top of the order.
Now batting for the Pilots, number 1, Trevor Burkhart.
With the balk, Pinheiro will be advanced to second. Burkhart lacing this one back up the middle. Pinheiro gets tagged out. Cornett throwing, and they will get the double play. That'll bring Josh Gibson to the plate.
Now batting number 3, Josh Gibson.
Gibson gets ball 1 from Frieders. As he gets ball 2. Pinheiro left the bag. Cornett got the tag and then threw down to get Burkhart. 3-0 on the count to Gibson. As that one comes down the pipe at 85, 3-1. The count is now full to Gibson. Gibson staying alive, fouling that one off. Ryan Major on deck behind him if he can win this at bat here. This one sent high into center field. Woodley getting under it, and that will go down as out number 3 for the Pilots.
At the end of the bottom of the 7th for the
Bryson Sherwood leading off for the Pioneers in the top of the 8th. It's strike 1 from Cameron Prayer. Cameron Prayer now on the mound for the Pilots. One and one on the count. Two and one. Sherwood getting it off the end of the bat over to Reed. Reed across to Vega for the first out. That'll bring up Javier Melendez.
now batting for the Pioneers, number 27, Javier Melendez.
Melendez getting this one off the end of the bat as well for out number 2. That is going to bring up number 25, Noah Castillo.
Now batting number 25, Noah Castillo.
Guardo que no se me quita.
1-0 on the count. Two and 0 now. And with that one, Castillo will take his base. The second time today he's been hit by a pitch, and that's going to bring up Jonathan Cornett.
Now batting number 16, Jonathan Cornett.
I don't like this matchup, brother.
Good pitch there from Prayer. 0-1 on the count to Cornett. I think the one thing I've noticed about Cornett is he tries to sell these pitches. Sometimes leaning back like he's acting like it's going to hit him. Got him twice yesterday. Rung up as he acted like it was about to hit him. But he does well to try and sell him to get the pitch in his favor. 0-2 on the count now. And with that, Cornett will go down swinging for out number 3. We'll be right back to action, baseball fans. Stick around.
At the end of the top of the
Ryan Major leading off the top of the 8th for the Pilots. 1 for 3 so far in this game with a stolen base. Gets strike 1 from Frieders. As he pulls this one through the right side, he will get on. Calamayo dropping it, but not giving him the bag. That'll bring up number 13, Miguel Vega.
now batting for the Pilots, number 13, Miguel Vega.
And that'll send Coach Thompson to the mound. We'll see a quick pitching change here, I believe, unless they're going to give bullpen a little bit more time to warm up. And I think we shall. We'll get that number for you in just a minute. It's going to be number 11. Reese Helland. I believe Helland has made his 3rd appearance in this opening round. But we'll be back with some more information on him in just a minute. Stick around, baseball fans.
Now on the mound for the Pioneers, number 11, Reese Helen.
Vega at the plate now for the Pilots. 1 runner on. Vega trying to lay down the bunt will get the strike. 0-2 on the count to Vega as he tries to square around bunt twice. This one fair. It's going to chop through the left side. Major coming around. He's going to come for home. It's missed. And Major will come in. Vega getting the double. A good piece of hitting from Vega as he picks up the RBI as well. Gives the Pilots the lead once again. We'll see a pinch runner now in the form of Cooper Husband before Vantrell Reed comes to the plate.
Now batting for the Pilots, number 4, Vantrell Reed.
Husband sliding back into second. Helland almost missing Cornett. Again, Cornett saving his pitchers here. Though there was once earlier this weekend, I don't remember who it was, but they completely missed their second baseman and threw it into the outfield. Reed picks up ball 1. Two 2-0 on the count to Reed. So this one drops in for ball 3. With that, Reed will walk on down, take his place on the base, and that'll bring up number 9, AJ Fritz.
Now batting for the Pilots, number 9, AJ Fritz.
Fritz squares around, showing a bunt. But we'll take the ball instead. Cooper Husband, Vantrell Reed on the bases. Husband at second, Reed at first. Fritz at the plate. Squares around to bunt again, as it's going to pop foul up the third baseline. 1-1 on the count. Fritz laying this one down this time. Doesn't get to first, but advances the runners and will be able to pick up the sack. And that's going to bring up Christian Webb.
Now batting for the Pilots, number 7, Christian Webb.
Hey, get a good pitch.
Christian Webb at the plate. Chops this one to the shortstop. Neither of the runners are going to go. Bounces it off his chest for out number 2. And that'll bring up Eric Warden.
Now batting for the Pilots, number 17, Ryan Davenport.
Davenport cracks this one back up the middle as he goes down for out number 3. The Pilots up by 1. Just need to hold the Pioneers here. We'll be right back to action, baseball fans. Stick around. Bryson Hamilton leading off for the Pioneers in the top of the 9th. AJ Fritz now on the mound for the Pilots, picks up strike 1. One and one on the count now. AJ Fritz moved from third base to the mound. A lot of hecticness going on. That one pops out of the glove of Christian Webb. Two and one on the count now. Home plate umpire not liking that pitch. As the count now runs full. Fritz coming into this game making just his 9th appearance, has thrown just 9 innings but picked up 15 strikeouts. As this one is fouled back. Clouds continue to roll in and out here in Shreveport. As this one gets up the right-hand line over the head of Zion Avery, Carlos Pinheiro giving chase. He'll throw it in. That'll be a 2-base knock for Hamilton. This one sent high into center field. Pinheiro diving for it. Major coming up with it. He'll get it in. And that'll be a 2-base hit for Drew Woodley.
Joey Calamayo.
Carlos on the line too much, man. Why are you playing the line? You got to play the gaps now, man. Please.
Fritz delivers strike one to Calamayo.
Why are you on the line? Hey, you need to scoot over, man. Come on, man. Y'all ain't saying this, man. Y'all ain't saying nothing.
Reed fires over to first, gets out number one. That'll bring up number 3, Ronnie Nowak.
Now batting number 3, Ronnie Nowak.
I don't even want to look.
Runners at third and second. Should say second and third. I just like doing things backwards, apparently. Ronnie Nowak now at the plate for Joshua Hinojos. As Fritz sends in strike one. As Fritz drops it in for strike two, 0-2 on the count. This one fouled off to the right-hand side. This one popped off to the right-hand side. It's going to drop foul. Very, very close to the line. One and two on the count. Two and two on the count now. And down goes Nowak for out number two. Fritz now pitching to number 22, Sean Maple. Gets ball 1, 2 outs. A runner on third and second. Fritz curves that one in at 74, 1-1 on the count. Two and one on the count. They're going to call clock violation on Fritz. Seen plenty of pitchers take a while all weekend. Not sure why we are now employing the rule. This one pulled through the left side. Davenport up with it. He's going to fire in, but Cornett has come across. Hamilton has come across. And that'll tie the game up, bringing Bryson Sherwood to the plate.
Pick your poison, man. This dude hit too.
So Javier Melendez will come to the plate. Coach Neffendorf opting to intentionally walk Sherwood. Fritz serving ball 1 to Melendez. Coach Neffendorf hoping to pick up the the forced out. 2-0 on the count. Game tied at 6. Three and 0 on the count to Melendez now. Good pitch there from Fritz for strike 1, 3-1 on the count. And with that, Fritz will walk in the run. Giving the Pioneers the lead once more here in the top of the 9th.
Now batting number 25, Noah Castillo.
Noah Castillo at the plate now for the Pioneers. Gets strike one from Fritz. Pioneers up 7-6. 2 outs here in the top of the ninth. As this one gets chopped to the left-hand side. Castillo will go down as out number 3. We will be right back to action, baseball fans. Stick around. Carlos Pinheiro leading off for the Pilots in the bottom of the ninth. Pioneers up by 1 run. Pilots going to need to get their bats really going here. Pinheiro takes strike one. Pinheiro chopping this one to the right side. Cornett behind it. Fires over to Castillo for out number 1. That's going to bring up Trevor Burkhart.
Now batting for the Pilots, number 1, Trevor Burkhart.
Burkhart at the plate for the Pilots. Gets ball 1 from Helland. Helland recovering, picking up strike 1, 1-1 on the count. Burkhart fouling that one back, 1-2 now. Burkhart fouling that one. This one gets chopped through the right side as Burkhart gets a single. That's going to bring up Josh Gibson.
Now batting for the Pilots, number 3, Josh Gibson.
Ball 1 into Gibson. As this one is fouled off to the right-hand side, it's going to get out of play.
Get in, let's go, baby. Get that big hole over there.
This one back up the middle. Cornett missing it. Burke is going to slide into second, and Gibson will reach first.
Now batting for the Pilots, number 18, Ryan Major.
Ryan Major at the plate now for the Pilots. 2 runners on. As Major gets strike 1. Major pulling this one to the right side. Calameo is going to get it. And Major will go down as out number 2.
Now batting for the Pilots, number 13, Miguel Vega.
Hamilton getting behind that one to keep it from getting past. 2-0 on the count to Vega. As that one is fouled back. 2 balls, 2 strikes. As this one gets out. And with that, the Pioneers of Mid-America Nazarene will be headed to the World Series. Congratulations to the Pioneers on a good season and a fantastic job to the Pilots for getting this far.